I do believe it's 11:11. I'm on time. What do you know? We're off to a good start. How you doing? It is another just kind of incredibly beautiful day around here, so I'm enjoying it and caught the 11:11 train, so thought I would take a few minutes to check in with my body, let go of some stress, take a few deep breaths, and maybe indulge in a heavy sigh or two. It's a little chilly in here still. It's like playing Operation with a heater. Remember that game? Did you ever play that? Well, most of you probably don't and didn't. Anyway, I'm going to start off being silly, because that's my thing, and then also swinging the arms around a little bit, just checking in with the spine. As usual, I invite you to join me to whatever degree feels good in your body. I encourage you to listen to your own body. Try something new, maybe. Be a little silly, maybe. Make some funny noises or something, because you can. I'm wearing my spotted outfit today, because I can. So there you go. It is a little chilly, though. I'm going to take a breath or two and just root myself into the center of the earth. Take a few deep breaths. Thank you for the love. Kind of extend that into a little more of a stretch, and then just letting go of some stress. One more, get the knees involved. Just letting all that go. Again, bringing my attention into the bottoms of my feet, rooting into the center of the earth. I'm going to make sure and not lock the knees. Stretching myself between the earth and sky. And then I'm going to roll down nice and slow, just still checking in with the spine. Check in with the boots on the way down, too. Do you have boots like that where it must be my leg, because no matter what boots I have, one side falls down more than the other. Seems like the boots conspire too, though. Coming down past the waist to the hips and just hanging here for a breath or so. And then I'm going to pull up from the waist, pulling up in the pelvic floor, back in the abdomen, tucking the chin, tucking the tailbone, left elbow over right. Give myself a nice hug, squeezing those shoulders, just checking in with the arms and the neck. Doing better today, I'm happy to say. Releasing all that again toward the ground. Letting go in the belly, letting go in the back, shaking that out. I'm going to come up again this time, right elbow over left, pulling up in the pelvic floor, back in the abdomen, pulling these shoulder blades apart. Give a nice little massage there. Tucking the chin, tucking the tailbone. Just pushing into that rounded stretch. And then releasing all that again, just relaxing, hanging upper body from the lower body. From the hips there. And then I'm going to push from the bottoms of the feet and just roll on up. Giving that spine a nice hello, a nice waking up. Pull up these funny britches. These britches are fake britches. They got no pockets. That's how you can tell. Can't be pants without pockets, can you? I don't know. I guess the vote is still out on that one. Let's do some lunging. I'm going to step back with this left foot, pulling the hips onto a perpendicular line, and feet in parallel lines. Pushing into that back heel, checking that the front knee isn't crunching past the front toes. Relaxing the shoulders, tucking the tailbone under, nice and long and strong through the core. I'm going to bring the arms up, again checking not to crunch up in those shoulders and then pushing onto that diagonal line. Pushing out that heel through the spine, out the fingertips. Trying to remember to breathe and smile if you can, or scowl, frown, hold your breath. Whatever you do, do it like you mean it. I'm going to shift that back heel onto the perpendicular line, bringing that hip open, forward and open a little bit. Checking out the side plane here. And then sliding those feet a little bit wider. I'm going to bend from the hips into a side triangle aeroplane pose. Let's see if I can get somewhere that does you any good. I don't know if that does. Gazing up past those left fingertips. Using my right arm and leg against each other for torque and support. And then I'm going to bring this arm around, reach for this opposite thigh. Just giving a little more twist. Just using my arms against that leg. Being supportive in the leg. Twisting through the spine, gazing out past that long leg. And then shifting onto the back toes, bringing both arms on the inside of that front leg for a nice deep lunge. Just bring the front leg back to meet the back leg, pushing through the palms. Pressing the heart toward the earth, pressing into the heels, tipping the tailbone toward the back of the head. Getting a nice stretch through the whole body there. And I'm going to lift forward. I think I'm out of camera. Sorry about that. Hi. Dropping the belly, lifting the chest, lifting the eyes, keeping the legs together, and then lifting the hips again. I'm going to walk the hips toward the hands. Coming into a forward fold again. This time bending the knees, swinging the arms up. Coming into a counter stretch. Lifting the eyes, arms, chest. Pushing the hips and belly forward. Just relaxing through the front. I'm going to jiggle that out a little bit. I got some hitches adding up. Let's just do a little side to side swinging, see if we can smooth some of that out. And I'll do the other side, stepping back with the right foot this time. Getting into a moderate lunge. Bringing the back hip forward, forward hip back, tucking the tailbone under a little bit. Relaxing the shoulders. Hey Tom, good to see you. Pushing into that back heel, through the spine, and I'm going to come onto that diagonal line. Again, making sure not to crunch up in the shoulders. And working with the space I got. I'm going to enjoy that diagonal line sensation, another breath or so, pulling those hips onto the perpendicular line, and then I'm going to shift that back heel onto the perpendicular line, opening the hips, checking out the side plane here, sliding those feet a little further apart, bending from the hip. I'm going to go into a side triangle aeroplane pose, lifting the right arm, gazing past those fingertips, using my left arm and leg against each other for torque and support. I'm going to bring this hand around, reach for that opposite thigh, gazing out past that long leg. Just enjoying a nice twist through the spine. I'm still intending to breathe and smile, even though it might look like I'm holding my breath and scowling sometimes. I'm going to unwind that and bring both hands down on the inside of this front leg. Enjoying a nice deep lunge, shifting onto the toes of that back leg and bringing the front leg back to meet the back leg. Pressing through the palms, tipping the tailbone toward the back of the head. I'm going to scoop the body forward briefly, dropping the hips, keeping the legs together. Just lifting the chest and eyes, getting a nice stretch through the front of the body. Letting that belly drop. And then lifting the hips, pushing back through the palms, through the spine, tipping the tailbone toward the back of the head. Pressing into those heels. And then we'll walk those feet forward to the hands. Coming again into a forward fold. Releasing through the back. I'm going to bend the knees, swing the arms back. Coming into that counter stretch again. Pushing the hips and belly forward. Lifting the chest and eyes and arms. And then coming back to front and center. It's a good time to remind you, you don't have to wear any fancy unpants or build yourself a hand-built dome or any of that stuff to give yourself a little love and check in with your body. It does help though, just saying. I'm still silly in case you were starting to get worried. I didn't want you to worry too long. In fact, you can just put down a bunch of worry and either pick it up later or just leave it right there because you know what? There's more worries on the way. I'm going to do a little bit of balancing and then I'm going to check in with these arms too because they want me to. But first I'm going to bring weight onto the right foot. Bring this left knee up to our left shoulder. Relaxing the shoulders, tucking the tailbone under. Let's check in with the ankles. And the other way. Can't relax my shoulders and stop twisting my foot at the same time. I just discovered I'm going to bring the feet to the bottom of the feet, the hands to the bottom of the foot to the bottoms of the hands. Getting a nice stretch through the shoulders and neck there, just letting the weight of my foot kind of stretch through the arms, and then I'm going to roll those shoulders down and back. Pulling that foot up a little bit more. Relaxing in that supporting side. From the bottom of the foot all the way up through the core. I think I got enough balance today to do a forward fold in the air. We'll try that. I like my big poofy boots when it's cold outside. Explore that range of motion a little bit and using my imaginary doorway over here for support. Moral support. I'm going to bend that knee, place that foot on the supporting side. And again, relax the shoulders, tucking the tailbone under, swinging this knee that way. Trying to relax that supporting foot. Just enjoy a moment of peace and clarity. Set that down, stomp it out a little bit, and then bringing weight onto the left, bringing the right knee up toward right shoulder, relaxing that supporting side again, relaxing the shoulders, taking a breath or so to relax the bottom of that supporting foot. Checking with that ankle. Reaching for the bottom of that foot, enjoying a little stretch through the shoulders and neck before pulling back and down through the arms, through the shoulders. Still working to kind of tuck that tailbone under, find a nice long and strong supportive line. From now my left foot up through the spine at the top of the head. As straight as possible. possible for a forward fold in the air on that side and working those stabilizers. Getting ready for snowboarding season. I'm going to explore that range of motion over here. Just noticing where there's hitches in the giddy up, how the two sides work together, how they differ, how sometimes they seem like they're on two different bodies. And just loving all of it. Bend that leg and put this foot on the supporting side again. Taking a breath or so to tuck the tailbone under, drop the shoulders, relax that supporting foot. Just enjoy a little serenity, clarity, curiosity. And letting all that go. Let's do a couple deep breaths, arm swings, however you like. I'm going to do a little more work on the arms. Start with some across the body stretches, just holding on to the left with the right. Wiggle that wrist around, wiggle the shoulder around. Try to drop through the shoulder and just relax. Pull that arm toward the back. And letting that go, doing the other side. Moving that wrist around and the shoulder. Relaxing through the neck. Taking that arm toward the back more. Shaking that out. Let's do some little circles with the fingers and hands. Just checking in with all those little bones. The other way. I'm going to bring hands behind the back, clasping hands, rolling shoulders and elbows together, coming into that counter stretch, pulling down with the fingertips. Coming back to center, and then a forward fold. Bring these arms with me again from the hips this time. Just actively exploring that stretch, using the muscles to stretch. There's the other muscles, that's what I mean by actively, as opposed to passively. So I'm going to keep my hands clasped gently, but just relax as much as possible. That's a passive stretch. Letting gravity do the stretching. And then again, actively stretching, pulling palms, shoulders and elbows together. Stretch to the left and to the right. And then releasing all of that, leaving the hands gently clasped. Passively letting gravity do some unwinding. I'm going to actively stretch those again, and now pushing from the bottoms of the feet, unhinging from the hips. Coming again into that counter stretch. And then just releasing all of that. Shake it off a bit. I'm going to do a little more, just free arms swinging. I hope you're taking time to love your body, to stretch a little, to strengthen a little. Because your body's the one thing you can't live without, you know. Smart ass me likes to say. Working on those clap snaps, coming back to me. Happy to say I'm feeling better today than I did yesterday. I hope you are as well. Hope you remember to get some of yourself on this day. Thanks for stopping by. And Anelba, Chifo, good to see ya. Thanks for stopping by. I'll be seeing ya. Peace.